George, are there any teachers that you can think of that have, stand out to you or have made an impact in your life at some point?
Yes, I had several teachers, and a couple of them had some funny stories to go with it, but the first one I'm going to start off with is Miss Cordell Robinson. I had her for English class, and, back then, we didn't see it as her pushing us. We saw it as her being mean, but she had expectations for myself and a lot of my buddies that, we didn't see at the time. She knew what we had the potential to do, and she wanted us to do well in school. But just a couple of funny stories. Every test, every quiz we ever took in her class, she used to play a Lionel Richie out, Hello, right? And it was sitting directly in front of me. So I learned the lyrics to every one of those songs on that album. It's a true story. And I still remember, I'm sitting right here, I remember Beth Blackman was to the left of me. I just remember Miss Cordell Robinson just really pushing me and challenging me to do things that I wasn't comfortable doing. She gave me my first public speaking type of deal. We had to do a lecture for a project on public speaking. And mine was, it was pretty bad. I did one on fishing, but it was supposed to be 5 minutes long. I think it lasted maybe 2 minutes, 2 and some change. But, she just kind of made you think out of the box, and she pushed you, and you may not realize what she's trying to do when you're at that level, but once you get out, you really appreciate teachers like that who pushed you and challenged you, because anybody can be average, okay? You get by just by doing what you're doing. You make yourself great by thinking outside the box, pushing yourself more, and challenging yourself. Another teacher was Miss Sophie. She's not teaching anymore, but I still remember her. I was kind of goofing off in class, and she pulled me aside. She said, "Look, you have a chance to do something, to go somewhere, so you really need to start taking this seriously." And because honestly, the work has started getting easy, and once you start the work get easy, you kind of goof off. So that's when I should have been taking maybe the advanced class instead of regular class. But I still remember pulling me to the side and saying, "Hey, you can't do this. All right, you're going to Wake Forest next year, and you need to be serious about this academics." And the third one is Rich Survey. And I know everybody knows Coach Survey. I was there when he first came from New York. We were doing intramural lacrosse at Walker Grant. None of us seen that, but Coach brought it in and ended up coaching us a couple of years later. But he's played an instrumental part in my life, along with a whole bunch of guys that's come through JM. He's given he's just a father figure for a lot of us who didn't have at the time, and he would give the shirt off his back. And I know he's getting close to retirement now, but like Coach Survey's always preaches, one thing I live by. He said, tradition never graduates, and that's something they have special at JM. We have a whole bunch of great athletes that's come through there, a lot of different scholars that come through there, but they expect the same thing. And that's one of the reasons why that football program is so successful. Every kid that comes in there now, they expect to win. And when you build that type of tradition, that's what kids do. And you feel good about yourself, you feel good about playing for your coach. And those kids, they'll run through a wall for Coach Survey. And he's been there, he's been to a couple of NFL games, and the college games. It's just real good having someone like that in your corner. So those are one of the three teachers I remember. There's a lot of them out there. I know Mr. Johnson, I didn't take any art, but I remember seeing him, and Mr. Jordan with the band, how the band was rocking back in the day. Mr. McKinney, it's just so many people that you have all these fond memories about, but your kids, they don't know about these teachers because they retired now.